Good morning. What a difference in weather this is. 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, when we had our Sky Heli event, it was glorious. It was really hot, a little bit of a breeze, and it was a pleasant day. Here we are today, 2 days later, and it's murky and horrible and overcast, and the temperature has dropped considerably. It's about 20 degrees at the moment. The wind's blowing a little bit, but the conditions at the moment are okay for what we're going to be doing. And today we're going to be reviewing a jet. Welcome to RC Heli Check UK. The subject of today's video, like I said, is a jet that we're going to be doing a review on. I've been wanting one of these aircraft for quite a while, and I managed to acquire one about a month ago, and I thought it'd be good to do a video on it. There are a few videos out there on YouTube with this aircraft, so I thought I'd do my own rendition. Basically, we're going to be looking at this. This is my G91, Fiat G91. It is distributed by Sebart, and it was released originally back in 2008. It wasn't on the market for very long. I don't know whether it was because it wasn't that much of a popular jet or not, but it didn't seem to be around for long. But then there was a few inquiries about it from people. A lot of people asked like whether they could re-release it. And in 2012 they released the version 2, which is what this one is. This is a V2 Sebart G91, and I acquired this, like I say, just over a month ago from a fellow member of the club. He'd had it for a bit and flown it, but he wasn't pleased with it, not because of the way that it flew, but because it was quite slow, and he likes his fast jets. So I acquired the aircraft not long ago, and I took the 12 blade 90mm fan out and I replaced it with a 9 blade 90mm Windmaker happener. I didn't ever see the aircraft fly on the 12 blade, so I wasn't sure what it looked like in the air, what it sounded like, but with a 9 blade it actually sounds good, and it punches air big time out the back, and it goes pretty quick. I mean, for me it's not extremely fast, it's still scale like. I like my aircraft to fly scale, but it looks awesome and it sounds great. I've flown it a couple of times already, so I thought I'd come up today and show you around the aircraft and put the old 6S 5200 lightning box in it that I use and go and fly. I've got a cap mount finally that somebody's lent me just to test it out, because previous to this videos I was having to put the camera on a tripod and stand it on one of the aircraft benches out there and try and keep the aircraft in shot. With the helicopters that I've been like doing videos of, it ain't so bad with those, but with aircraft I thought I couldn't really do it, so I've had somebody lend me a cap mount. He's actually RC Helicopter Richard. You want to go and check out his channel, he's awesome. 3D pilot, he's another member of the club. He's loaned me a cap mount to try, so I'm going to stick it on the old Capulator 4000 there, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the aircraft within good shot so you can see what it's like to fly. So anyway, let's carry on. Okay, let's have a look at this. So this is a 7-channel aircraft, although I've only got a 6-channel receiver on here. The 7 channels are your basic aileron, elevator, rudder, throttle, flaps, retract, and the 7th one is for the optional parachute. There's a parachute that is fitted to the back of this that pops out on a spring. To be fair, you don't need it. I mean, it can come in pretty slow, this aircraft can. but I've got the 6 basic channels, and I fly mine on Graupner. There we go. That's to say that my throttle is disarmed. Like I say, I fly on a 6S LiPo. I hope you can see this because I've not got my that way. I've not got my monitor to see whether or not this is showing up on the video. I'm kind of hoping it is. Hang on a minute, let's have a look. Preview's not available, typical. Okay, right. I've got my mark there where the battery sits. That's to get the correct centre of gravity. And I literally put these yellow dots. These yellow dots here indicate where the CG is. I think it was 175 to 185 mil from this point back to the CG, and it worked out about there for me. I had to move the battery back as far as I could. Originally, I don't know if you can see, there's a plywood plate there that had a gaping hole, and that's where the electronic speed controller sat. And to be fair, I didn't want it there. I needed it where it was going to get plenty of airflow. So I actually moved it from there, and the fan is situated about here, and I cut a hole just in front of the fan, and I mounted the AC in front of it, so you've got cool air passing straight over it all the time. There have been reports of this overheating and the ESC cutting off, so I didn't want that to happen, so I removed the ESC and put it down there, which helped with the airflow passing straight over the top of it. It's not directly in line of the fan, it is sunk into the actual foam itself, so there's plenty of airflow going over it without disrupting any airflow going into the fan, because I didn't want to disrupt any airflow and reduce the amount of thrust coming out the back, because there was a honking great big 130 amp ESC in the front of it. Anyway, yes, I get that. You'll have to bear with me a second. Plug this in. That's basically to tell me that my throttle cut is armed. So there we go, throttle cut. Right, aileron, elevator, rudder. Always give it a check, make sure everything's working okay. Pop the lid back on. Powered on by magnets as always, pretty sturdy. And then on my transmitter we've got, that's from my throttle cut, that one there's for my flaps. Don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Flaps are down, up, and they come up quite slowly. I'm hoping you can see that. Don't need the flaps down for taking off because it gets off the deck quite nicely. And then the green one, that's from one of the tracks. Cycle them down, cycle them back up again, as is with most of the these models these days. It takes a second for them to go up. There we go, throttle hold on. Let's grab it and let's take it out. The wind's already starting to pick up, which is annoying, but hey ho, there's not a lot I can do about that. Some people here, when they're flying their models, they just come out to the flight line and they'll put the aircraft on the ground and they'll taxi it out. With an EDF jet, I don't like doing that, purely and simply because you're using power, and you value the power on an EDF jet when it comes to flying one of these things, because they suck the electric out the lightning boxes pretty quick. So I tend to walk my jet out to the middle of the strip, face into wind, as you do, and then I'll power it up. May only save a few seconds, but a few seconds is better than nothing at all. Wind's blowing straight down the strip, which is great, and blowing downhill, which means that when I come into land, it will be landing uphill. I'll show you the strip while we're out here. Look, this is what we've got. Look at that view. Like I said, we're on top of a hill here, and in the summer on a clear day you can see for miles, but it's a great sight. Like I say, a few people moan about it with the wind, but well, if you can't fly in wind, you shouldn't be flying, full stop. That's how I see it. So, clubhouse, all of our facilities, quick check of the windsock. You can see how much the windsock's moving as to how much wind we've got. It's blowing about 10 miles an hour at the moment, so it should be alright with this. Right, hopefully we'll be able to get it in shot. Armed, let's go. Throttle back, gear up, bring her around. That is on half throttle. I'm not a lunatic flyer. I like flying my models nice and steady. Bit of buffeting around out there, you can see it buffeting about a bit. Got a little bit too much elevator on that. I'm hardly touching the elevator and it's turning quite sharp, but as you can see, it flies really nice. I'm still fiddling around with the gyro settings on the model. Because there have been a few times when I've noticed when I'm flying into wind at quite a speed, it rocks backwards and forwards. Still a high speed run. That's flat out. Throttle it back again. I'm hoping you're seeing this, guys. I really do hope you're seeing this. Ailerons, as you can see, nice roll rate. Let's make this quick. I don't want to push the time on it. Drop the wheels down, do a flyby, make sure the wheels are down. You see the landing light come on there? All three wheels. Nice. Go round, nice steady pace. Watch the wind. I'm going to take it out because the wind is blowing straight down the strip. So I'm kind of hoping that I'll be able to get maximum of effort. Full flap. Whoop, steady. Here it comes. Bit of sink over that hedge there. And down. Whoop. Boing boing, baggies baggies. Many of you that are older will know where that is. And there we go. Lovely aircraft. I absolutely love this plane. It flies really nice. It's a bit gusty out here. I'm hoping the GoPro's mic isn't picking up all the wind and it's making it sound like crap. And there we go. Make it safe. Put the flaps back up. You'll hear them go. There they go. And there we go, that is the G91. Right, let's get it back. Now, I'm still not sure how long that is. It would be interesting to watch it back on the video to see how long I was actually in the air for. If I get everything in shot, then I should be able to work out how long I was in the air, see how much I got left on the battery, and then I'll be able to sort of like give myself a bit of a better flight time for the aircraft. As you can see, I didn't fly it flat out, I flew most of it on half throttle with the 1 high-speed pass. But it flies really nice. I love it. It's an absolutely gorgeous jet in the sky, especially on a blue, with a blue sky, like the background, and with the colour scheme being the way that it is. However, I am going to change the colour scheme at some point. Let's take the battery out. It's a bit cooler today, so I'm hoping the battery's not so warm. No, it's quite cool. On hot days, the battery does tend to get quite warm. Power that down. You're going to know how many minutes I was flying because you've just seen me flying it. That's my battery I'm using. And in no way am I sponsored, so I'm not going to be advertising that. It's not an advert. And after however many minutes that was, 30%, which isn't too bad, to be fair. That's the kind of time that I like to have with that much left in the battery. So there we go, that's the G91. That's its flight video. I'll see if we can get another one in a bit later on if the wind's not too bad, and hopefully like I say, we'll get to see it going in the air again. So there we go, guys, a quick flight and review of the Sebart G91. Unfortunately no longer available, but if you do find one second hand on the market out there, I would highly recommend that you go and grab one, because it's an awesome jet to fly. It's got a hell of a lot of potential. Like I say, I will be flying it in these colours for probably this year, for the rest of the summer, but I'm going to be doing a complete refurb of this aircraft, and I'm going to be putting it in different colours and different markings, and you're going to be along with me to do it, so you'll be able to see exactly what it is I do and how I do it. But thanks again, guys, for watching. You've been watching RC Heli Check UK. Click the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.